Peace, brothers and sisters in humanity. Okay, I want to finish part 3, Sujud. Obviously, there's part 1, and there's part 2, and this is part 3. But I'm not going to use all the verses from the Quran, as because I used quite a few of them in the videos before this one, so I don't want to repeat myself. But I'm going to use as many as I can. So, before I do that, someone asked me, why don't I debate Baba Shuaib or Muhammad? I heard Baba Shuaib said once he was chosen by God. He said he was a chosen one. So he's a prophet. So how can I debate a prophet? It just doesn't work. He was sent by God. He was chosen by God. So debating all these people, yeah, it's actually easier to debate, right? Quraysh, they were doing idol worshipping, yeah? But at least they said they actually learned that from their fathers and forefathers. But this lot, they're claiming to follow the Quran. So how can you debate someone who translated his own Quran with his own ideas, with an Arabic book that he accused other people of doing it, right? But he's getting his translation from Arabic language and putting it in there. And it's not a normal Arabic language, it's the Sunni translation of the Quran. So that's the only place where you can find Salat means prayer. Not in any Arabic language, except the Sunni Arabic. And translated Sujud and Ruku' from the Sunnis as well. A lot of things from the Sunni books, yeah? So, and then he's saying Salat means prayer, Sujud means prostrating, Ruku' means bowing down, and I don't know. I can't debate someone like that. There's no way. Absolutely no way. I'll be wasting my time. Like I've been wasting my time with some people want to do with women and men in the Quran. They bringing me 3 verses after they heard me say, yes, there is few verses that say women are females and men as males. I said that, didn't I? But they gave me the verses that clearly means females and males, and they said that meaning goes throughout all the Quran. When I said I just done a video, did you watch it? Give me your explanation about those verses. He said, you don't need to know every verse of the Quran. You just need few verses to understand a meaning of a word. I mean, this is it. Who am I debating here? I'm debating people that have no idea how the Quran works, or the Arabic Quran works, and they coming to like give an opinion. The best, I heard this once and I laughed. Right? Opinions means nothing. They're like arseholes. Everyone has one. I don't care about your opinion. I gave you verses. I said to you, give me your explanation from these verses. That's all I need. All right? Not your opinion. Okay? I ain't wasting my time. And someone laughed when I said Salat means connection or duty or following closely or whatever. And he's a Sunni 2.0 or a Sunni that he prays. This is when people think they're actually smart, when they are very, very stupid. They don't even know what they're saying. He laughed at the word duty, but the same guy prays. And praying in your cult is a duty that you have to do 5 times or 3 times a day. It's up to you. but it is a duty. What is it then? And for you to have learned how to do the praying, ritual prayer, you had to follow someone closely to learn how to pray. Dumb. And you're laughing at people. Anyway, let's listen to Baba Shuaib, because this video is almost comical, yeah? All right, let's listen.
Our Lord is effective. And we can see even invocation. There's a dua again in 108. Let's continue 109. And they fall down to the chains, weeping, and it increased them in humility.
I talked about this, yeah? All right. They fell down to their chins, weeping, and it increases them in humility. Okay? So how do you... Does he know what he's reading? What does the chin mean? So literally they have to fall down, yeah? That's what it says. They fall down to their chins. All right? Weeping. Explain that to their chins. Do they like fall, like free fall? They break their chins? Or, I don't know. How do you stand on your chin? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Then again, we're the stupid ones. We're the hypocrites. Let him read. Let him.
Because they have that humility for God, they actually show their submission by falling down in prostration. Verse 110. Then now God asked the messenger, say, invoke the God or invoke the gracious. Whichever you invoke, then to him belongs the best names. Then he says, and do not be loud with your salat, nor be silent with it, but seek.
What did you say pray in here? What are you saying salat? Invoke. What are you saying salat? What didn't you say praying?
In between. You see the context? From 107 coming down, it mentioned prostration, it mentioned salat, and it mentioned dua. So your salat is encompassed with reciting verses of God, and you have dua inside, but still
He's saying say, right? He's talking this verse. I went through all this. But I just want to go to Sujud. I just want
to tell you, no.
No, don't worry. I went through all this. I ain't going to do it for again.
The remembrance of God. That is
remembrance of God. He thinks remembrance of God is to remember God, and that's about it. Yeah, that's what he thinks. Everything is say, and don't do shit. That's his call. Do you know what I mean? Because ibadah clearly means that ibadah is what we're supposed to do. And it clearly means to follow the straight path of God. It clearly means in the Quran that, but this guy doesn't get it. He thinks doing a ritual shit is, this is it. This is what Islam is about. I mean, basically this is a lazy way to be a Sunni. Really is. Because you don't have to do much like the Sunnis do. So prayer, instead of 5, do 3. Ramadan, do whenever you want. This is it, a lazy way of Sunnism. That's what it is. You have a mosque, you have everything. Do you know what I mean? Mad, absolutely madness.
They have prostrated, sajadu, then let them be.
Look, prostrated. Look, it actually is translated as prostrated. So these people actually went through that. That is a joke. That is a joke. That is absolutely a joke, because they read the verse, right? Read the verse. He actually doing a salat, and the prophet, right? He's not doing the sujud with them in this bloody in this his translation is all mixed up, because clearly in Arabic, when they do sujud here, the prophet doesn't do the sujud with them. It's only them doing the sujud, and he was supposed to be praying with them. So when the prophet does the praying, he doesn't do the sujud. Others do it. Absolutely mad. Alright? Mad. Keep defending this shit. Keep defending it.
This group who stood with him, verse 113, God says, they are not equal. Among the people of the book is a group of people who stand. So the word qa'imatun, they stand in the night. There is a group of people.
Not stand, man. Man, stop saying that word means stand. Stop saying that.
Stand reciting the verses of God. So do you see the act of standing and then reciting the verses of God during the night?
This is it. This is it. Make anything up, and come up with a cult. And then you have a mosque, you have popularity, you become an imam, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is. But that's not what the Quran says. And anyone who doubts the Quran and follows a man has no idea. Just this what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verses, right? Don't forget the 2 videos I've done before. I've done all the sujud, all of it. Every single verse from the sujud, I've done it. Okay? So, this is the rest of them. Not all of them, because some of them are repetitive, yeah? It talks about the same thing. Not the same thing, same thing, but a different way, yeah? Because there's no repetition in the Quran for nothing, okay? We talked about this one, yeah? So, they have a structure. Because I found the verse I lost last video. They have a structure, yeah? You idiots, right? You idiots that you come to me and argue with me without listening to what I'm saying. Nothing, yeah? That's nothing. You know, deaf, blind, dumb. You're not listening to the verses. You come and defending people, yeah? Like, because you worship them and you say you're not Sunnis. I don't know. I really don't know. You're so... Alright, 2277. They have a structure, yeah? You stand, do the ruku' and then sujud, yeah? This is the structure, right? Where do they get this structure from? Here, yeah? This verse, right? Tells them this structure, yeah? Are you with me? Standing with no basis from the Quran. And they said, you stand, you read verses. I don't know what do you read, because it doesn't say in the Quran. I don't know how many ruku' or sujud doesn't say in the Quran. If you say 1, I say why not 2? If you say 3, I say why not 4? And I carry on. And you say 4, I say why not 1? And it doesn't end, yeah? And what do you say when you go down? Would you say this? There's no structure in the Quran, but they structured it using this verse, yeah? Okay. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أركعوا واسجدوا واعبدوا ربكم وافعلوا الخير لعلكم تفلحون. Okay, we talked that ibadah is the most important thing in the Quran, yeah? It is the only thing, not the first most important thing, ibadah, yeah? That's what we were created for, yeah? So here, look what the verse is saying. Oh, who you believe, you shall, this is the Sunni translation, like his translation, yeah? You shall bow, prostrate. No, it doesn't. Bow, prostrate. No, it doesn't say that. You should bow and prostrate, worship your Lord, and worship your Lord. He said, bow down and prostrate and worship your Lord, and work righteousness, that you may succeed. So here, right? يا أيها الذين آمنوا أركعوا واسجدوا. So ruku' comes first, yeah? واسجدوا وَاعْبُدُوا رَبَّكُمْ. That means the ruku' was sujud, yeah? They're not part of the ibadah. It's a tool. They're not part of the ibadah. It's outside the ibadah. This is the first thing you should notice, yeah? Because the ibadah is to follow the straight path. By obeying, right? And be humble when you get the information from where? From the Quran. Yeah? Do you understand that? Yeah, it's clear, yeah? Alright. Let's go to, now they have a problem. I always say you always have a problem because you can't make up shit with it. With the Quran. You can't make up shit. You can't just think you can make up things and then the Quran doesn't expose you. Alright. Let's go to 343. يا مريم اقنتي لربك واسجدي واركعي مع الراكعين. Oh, you Mary, you should submit to your Lord and prostrate and bow down with those who bow down. So here, the prostration comes after bowing down. So, which one do I choose now? Because this verse, it's basically saying, wherever you actually built your structure from, this verse says the opposite. So which way do I choose? Do I prostrate first, or bow down first, or bow down first and then prostrate? So you have no basis from the Quran with that structure, have you? None. Here, Ya Maryam, submit to your God and obey and be humble with the ones that are humble. We go to 2:34. وإذ قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس أبى واستكبر وكان من الكافرين. When we said to the angels, fall prostrate before Adam, they fell prostrate, except Satan, he refused, was too arrogant and a disbeliever. So, are you picturing this verse? Are you lot picturing that Adam and God and the angels and Satan are in the same place? Is that how you're imagining this scene? Is it? So when the angels prostrated to who? To Adam? Did Adam see them? Can Adam see the angels or see Satan? As far as we know, he doesn't see them. And for them to prostrate to Adam, that means Adam can make them do things for him. Yeah? Has to. If you're saying they prostrated to Adam, okay, not to God, that means you're saying Adam has power over these two creation, which he hasn't. And what makes you think, if you don't know how trees, right, and birds and animals prostrate, how do you explain how the angels or the Satan prostrate? What do they look like? What are they? Do you know what they look like so they can prostrate? So here you think is a physical thing. Adam is standing, the angels, yeah, all of them, yeah, all of the angels, all of them, yeah, and God somewhere, and Satan somewhere, just looking at Adam, all of them looking at Adam, and Adam can see them all, and then the angels prostrated, and then Satan didn't. Look how the verse explains itself. Except Satan, he disobeyed, and he was too arrogant and a disbeliever. So whatever the angels done, he done the opposite. So the angel obeyed God, but they can't be humble because they haven't got it, because they haven't got free will. But Satan and a human being, or the jinn and the human beings, have free will. So they can be arrogant. So here, Iblis here, He didn't do the sujud, and he wasn't humble. So he refused, disobeyed God's command, and he was arrogant. He wasn't humble. That's literally the opposite of sujud and ruku'. Or you still think this is a physical thing? I don't know. You surprise me sometimes. Let's go to 2560. وإذا قيل لهم اسجدوا للرحمن قالوا وما الرحمن أنسجد لما تأمرنا وزادهم نفورا. When they are told, fall prostrate before the most gracious, they say, what is the most gracious? Should we prostrate before what you advocate? Thus, it only augments their aversion. Clear. So, when they were told to obey the Rahman, they said, who is the Rahman? Are we going to obey what you asking us? لما تأمرنا, what he is asking them to follow, to obey what he's asking them to follow, not to fall onto their heads. Which way do they prostrate these people? Let's say he asked them to prostrate to God. They can't prostrate to God because they can't see God. So they will have to actually prostrate to this person who's asking them. But he's not asking them to prostrate, fall into their heads. He's asking them to obey God's laws, to follow the straight path. But no, you think everything is physical. Like bloody, I don't know why you like everything physical. I really don't know. Everything has to be physical. The whole language means physical. ومن آياته الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر لا تسجدوا للشمس ولا للقمر واسجدوا لله الذي خلقهن إن كنتم إياه تعبدون. So are these people prostrating to the sun and the moon? Like facing the moon? How about if there is no moon? How about if the sun gets covered? What happens when it's dark? Do they stop praying? Do they? Or they're following the laws of idol worshipping laws? They're not following God's laws, they're following idol worship laws. And that's the whole meaning. Do not obey your other worship laws. Obey my laws. Because I created the sun and the moon. Whatever you're worshipping, God created it. Not anyone else. I think I've gone through all of them. And I just wanted to keep my promise, to be honest, because I said I promised you part 3. So I've done part 3. I don't have to long it out. I don't have to listen to Imam Shaba, Imam Prophet, because he said he was chosen. Honestly, when I heard it, I couldn't believe it. Did he say that? Did he really say that? He was chosen by God. Is this guy really? He should take it to a psychologist, honestly, man. Who says that, though? I was chosen by God. The arrogance of it. He knows no ruku', this guy. Honestly, he knows no ruku'. Absolutely none of it. Can't be humble for 1 second without calling people names. Mushrikeen, hypocrites, mushrikeen. It's just kid stuff, man, honestly. Kid stuff. This is like babysitting, honestly. This is too much for me. Peace out.